Hello and welcome. So it's been another month, means one thing, another favorites video. So April just did what it does best, and it brought allergy season with it. Fun times. Like, it's not bad now, but it's already started, like the sniffles and the runny nose. And it's only gonna get worse all the way until winter time, basically. Summer's gonna be a pain in the ass. But besides that, April has been a pretty good month. The sun's been setting later on, so I've been going out more, I've been doing some more work, been buying new stuff, and yeah, it's just been a good month. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting off with my fashion favorites. When it comes to fashion, oh my god, this is a tongue twister, I can say it. Okay, slow down, breathe. When it comes to fashion this month, yes, I did it. It's been a good one. I've been buying loads of new pieces, I've been spending a lot of money. It's not wise, but let me show you what I actually brought. So we start off with this. This is a Lacoste cardigan in like a dark green color. Look, it's got a little crocodile. I think I mentioned before in a previous video, I don't know which one, I'll probably link it somewhere, that I've been looking to get into cardigans a bit more, and the one that I brought that time just barely fitted, and I gave it away to my sisters. And believe it or not, I finally found a nice cardigan that's like large. No, it is extra large, it's even bigger than a large. So it just fits baggy, and you know me, I like baggy clothing. So the way I've been styling this cardigan is I've been wearing like a black vest and then just been throwing the cardigan over it. I do this when the sun's out, but because it's UK weather, it hasn't actually been that much this month, but I've been enjoying doing it. Like, the weather from April has just been very inconsistent. It'll be sunny one day, raining next day. Today we're cloudy, so just whenever I can basically, but I really think it looks good. But besides that, I actually don't know how to style it because I don't know what to do with it, because it's a cardigan. I don't really wear cardigans, so it's still my first experiment with wearing and styling a cardigan with like its silhouette and everything. And because it's a dark green color as well, I really don't know what to do with it. Maybe with a white t-shirt, but that's for another time to figure out. Next on the list is this t-shirt that I'm wearing. This is a vintage Tommy Hilfiger t-shirt, and it's a ringer t-shirt, and it has two different shades of blue. The main shade of it is like this weird vintage baby blue, sky blue type of color, and it looks nice because it just looks really retro. And the rings are like this dark blue. I wouldn't call it navy, it's more dark blue, so it's like a two-tonal blue. It's not as dark as Tommy Hilfiger logo, but it's just in between, and it's just a basic blue t-shirt. It's just a bit different, but it pretty much goes with everything because it's part of the basics. So I've been getting good wear from it. Next, we have this cap. Cap? I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. This is a vintage Nike hat. It's in a dark red color. I wouldn't go as far as calling it burgundy, it's more of a dark red. I think it might look brighter in the camera than it does in real life. It's got this embroidery of just writing football. I don't know if it means UK football, American football. I have no idea, but it's a nice hat. When it comes to hats, I really enjoy them. Like, I like hats, but hats don't like me. I just feel like when I put them on like a normal person, how everyone puts them on, it just looks weird. My hair just kind of like puffs out from the side. So what I do is I have to tie my hair up, otherwise it just looks weird. And on top of that, I don't actually like wearing my caps normally. I like wearing them backwards. You surf? Yeah, it kind of does look weird because it's like a grown man wearing a cap backwards. Yeah, I enjoy it, and I think it looks better than forward. So yeah. Next, we have these. These are just the classic high top Converses. I put these on the list because a few years ago I used to wear Converses religiously. Like, I used to have this one pair, exactly the same like that one, and I used to wear it every day of every second of every occasion basically. You will not see me without my Converse. And because I've done that for like 3 years straight, the glue just gave up, the stitching just fell apart, like it literally just split. And at the time I was gonna buy another pair, but I had Vans that were really similar. It was like high top checkered ones. So I'm like, there's no point, so I wore them until they completely mashed up as well. And guess what? We went back to the Converses, and I forgot how comfortable they are because I'm flat-footed, and these are probably like the most comfortable shoes out there for me because it's essentially wearing a plimsoll. So the way I do my laces is I do them up, but I miss the top one, and then I wrap around the fabric, and then I wrap around the lace, and then just tie it from the front. Cool. That's how I used to do it. Well, that's how I do it. When it came to this pair, I brought them directly from the Converse shop down in Wembley. I went to tie them up how I normally tie them up. It don't work, it's too short. I'm like, what's going on here? Maybe they reduced the lacing size because of expenses and material costs, but yeah. And I don't like tying up Converse like the traditional way because I feel like the lace is just long enough to make the bunny ears look weird. So I went out of my way to actually buy longer laces. I didn't know what size to get, so I just grabbed the random size. Turned out I brought 6 foot. I brought a 6 foot long lace basically. So I brought it way too long, but I just had to deal with it. So what I do now is I tie it up like how I would normally do it back in the day. Tie it across up the front, wrap it around, and then bring it back in from the top hole, and then tie it like how you normally tie a shoelace. It's a bit different, but I'm enjoying it. It's just, again, the bunny ears, I don't know what they're called. The bunny ears are just so long, but I'm just happy to have my Converses back again. Next, we have these bad boys. These are the Mary Jane Dr. Martens. I think these are the 8065 version. They're so pretty. I am so lucky with these shoes because these are female shoes. So the sizing only goes up so much and they fit me. It's the highest size that they did. I had to buy a size 9, even though I normally wear like 9.5 when it comes for Dr. Martens. But that's just for comfortability reasons. Like my foot with this shoe literally just touches like the end of it. But I'm used to it. Like it's not uncomfortable, but it's like my toe is like this basically. And they just look so nice on feet, and it just gives it that weird retro look. Because I wanted to buy short Dr. Martens so I could wear them in the summer, because I've got the boot version, but I just wanted the low cut one. I'm like, let's be a bit different. Let's find something else. And then I found these, and I fell in love with them. And I'm so happy that they fit me because I was gonna send them back if they didn't. And I'm so happy that they fit me. They're so nice. Last on the list is this. This is a vintage Adidas backpack. You're right, it's Active Generation on it. It's a green and yellow backpack, and it's big and it looks retro and it's so nice. I think, again, I mentioned in a previous video, I forgot which one, that I need to buy a backpack for climbing because my day-to-day backpack just got full of chalk. This is that bag. This is that bag, and it just looks so good. And it's got so many compartments. Like I fit loads of things in there. I've got my shoes in there, I've got my chalk in there, I've got plasters in there, I've got my creams in there, and I think I even got like tape in there. I could fit more. Like I literally put the clothes that I wear on the way there into that backpack, so it just fits. Like a very nice purchase. Like I really like that bag. It's different as well, and it just looks so good. And that was the last item of the fashion category. We now move on to my music favorites. When it comes to music in April, I haven't actually been listening to singles as much. It's been albums. So we've got 3 albums to go through, and they're all real good. So let's go in. So let's get started. Starting off the list, we have the album called The Record. This is by a group called Boy Genius. This music group is kind of like a collaboration from like multiple artists that make one group. Like they don't actually have much songs out as a group, and it's just been this album, and I've really been enjoying it. So the group consists of Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy Dacus. I think I'm pronouncing them right, but yeah. So just by those names, you can probably understand the feel of this album. It just feels very secluded. It just feels open but closed at the same time. You just feel, the best way I can explain it, you just have to listen to it. So with all of these albums, they're all really good. It's just, here are some of the ones I've been listening to more often. We have Lucy, I'm Sorry, True Blue, and Not Strong Enough. Give them a listen. Next on the list, we have the album Stereo Mind Game by Daughter. When it comes to this album, I didn't even know Daughter still made music. It just popped up on my Spotify saying new album from Daughter, because the last songs I've heard were like long time ago. They were like Candles, Youth, Smother, and so on and so forth. Like it was that era of Daughters. Like I still have them on my playlist, but when I think of Daughter, it's that type of music that I think of. So when I heard this album, it's a different sound to what I'm used to, but I really enjoy it. It's kind of refreshing. It's a bit more upbeat. So if you're thinking of like, again, Youth and all that stuff, it's similar vibes because it's the same band, but it's more upbeat, if that makes sense. It's not as slow. And really enough, this new sound of theirs actually works. Like it feels good, it works. So some of my favorites from this album are Be On Your Way, Dandelion, and Swim Back. Good songs. Next on the list, we have the myth, the legend, Lana Del Rey. With her album, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? I think by now a lot of you have heard of this album. It was pretty much everywhere. It had so much attention behind it because I feel like it was the first album, like first project she released in like a long while. Like she had a few singles here and there, but this is a full project that she released. I heard a lot of people compare this to the Norman Rockwell album. They don't want to swear, so I missed it out. When I first heard of that comparison, like it's like a continuation type of thing, like similar vibes, I was like, nah, I don't know what you're on about. But I understand it now. When I first listened to it, I'm like, I don't understand it. Like I'm not feeling this because it was different. It was Lana Del Rey still, but it was different. It was like a lot of different sounds, and it was kind of more like storytelling. Well, they're all storytelling, but it was a bit more storytelling type of thing. I don't know how to explain it. So it took me like a good 5 listens of the album completely until I actually appreciated it. It was because I was listening to a very surface level. I wasn't digesting it properly. Like there's a lot to digest, and it took me quite a few listens to actually understand it. And it's a beautiful album. It's actually a really good album. I don't know why it took me so long to understand it, but I'm glad that I gave it a chance. Some of my favorites include Fingertips, Fishtail, and Paris, Texas. I think Paris, Texas is my favorite song from that whole album. I don't know why, it just feels like it's a song that should belong in the Coraline soundtrack. It just feels like the movie Coraline. I don't know, like that's the vision that I'm getting when I listen to it, and I really like that vision because it feels nostalgic, and I really like Coraline. So next on the list is a playlist of a genre of music that I'm getting into, mainly for the gym, and that was the breakcore playlist. I found the random playlist on Spotify and I really enjoy it. Breakcore is kind of hard to explain. I think what I thought was like Tekken music, calling it liquid drum and bass, I think that's counts as breakcore. I'm not actually too sure how to explain it. It's kind of like drum and bass, but it's not, and it's fluid, and it just feels techno, but it's just very weird to explain. I don't know. I'll try and put like a Google definition here somewhere. I'll just Google it and put it in. But it's a very big hit or miss. You either get into it or you don't, because it's not something you could force anyone into. Like pop, a lot of people could get into, but this, I don't think so. But I'm enjoying it, so that's all what matters. We move on to my random favorites. Starting on the list is this camera. I don't know what model it is. It's just a random camera that I found from Etsy. Yeah, I literally just broke it. Like the back flap where the film comes out from, it won't stay shut anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I'm trying to fix it, but it's just an old school vintage film camera. I just want to start taking pictures. It'll be nice to take pictures and not get instant gratification from them. So it's like you're gonna forget about them until you develop them. But not gonna lie, I feel like I just had a ton of light leak onto this, so yeah. I'm using the Portra 400 film with that camera. I hope that means something to someone. I just brought film and it seemed like a good one, so yeah. But I'm kind of glad. I literally just broke, like I took it out from the case and it went bing. So yeah. Next on the list are these. These are 2 new vinyls for the collection. And yeah, they've become a favorite looking. I think buying vinyls has become like my little hyper fixation recently. Like it's just becoming a new collection thing that I'm doing. So we have Being Funny at Foreign Language by the 1975 on vinyl, and we have Lana Del Rey's new album on vinyl. This is like a HMV exclusive, so it was like a different color, alternative poster. They're both still sealed. Yeah, my vinyl collection is slowly growing. I've got 3 vinyls, but still no turntable, so I don't know. I need to buy a turntable, but I just don't know which one to buy. We have in the collection now Super 8, Lana Del Rey, and 1975. I want to buy more, but they're expensive. Vinyls are expensive. The next random thing on the list are these. These are both hand cream. Yeah, I keep one by the bedside and I keep one in my backpack. So I normally don't get dry hands. Matter of fact, my hands sweat more than they get dry. But because I'm like climbing now and I'm doing more stuff with my hands, they just dry 24/7. They just dry all the time. Like it starts to crack and sometimes they bleed a little bit. And I just cream them. Yeah, this is a first time experience for me creaming my hands so often, but they easily made it to the favorites list. So the last two things on the list are both movies. They both star Ryan Gosling. The first one we have is the movie called Driver. This movie is about Ryan Gosling's character just getting involved with the mafia, and then at one point he gets involved in the wrong thing, and everyone's kind of after him and he's just trying to set everything straight. I feel like when it came to watching this movie, I owed it to myself to actually watch it. It was the first time I watched it, but my whole TikTok feed or my Instagram feed are just Ryan Gosling memes. They're just all driver memes, like, this is literally me. I am Ryan Gosling. And it's just my whole feed basically, and it's got a nice soundtrack to it. It's got Kavinsky's Nightcaller, and I listened to that at the gym. I just didn't know it was actually made for the film. Yeah, so my whole feed was just driver memes, and I'm like, I think it's about time I watch this. I think it's a 15, so if you're underage, don't watch. The next one is The Nice Guys. This is Ryan Gosling's film again, and it stars Russell Crowe. This movie is about like a PI and a Reaper man. I really don't know what Russell Crowe's character was. And it's based in like the 70s, and they're just trying to figure this murder mystery type of thing out, but it's a comedy and it was actually pretty funny. And again, it was the first time I watched it and I really enjoyed it. I don't know the age rating. I think it might have been a 15 as well. But yeah, one thriller and one comedy, so fun times. But I'm happy to say my feed don't actually have much Ryan Gosling memes on them no more. They're just turning into John Cena just dancing basically. And that's it. That's everything on my list. That was everything for my April favorites. I hope you enjoyed. And for the 16 of you, it would be highly appreciative if someone could comment down like their favorites for this month as well, what they've done, new music, new movies. It'll help me find new stuff, and we'll just get the community started. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.